I know that this past summer you did some international travel and food.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. The action tonight will be happening out in Los Angeles. We are live at the Staples Center for a Western Conference contest with the Los Angeles Clippers here in LA. We've got some terrific NBA action in store for you today. And our broadcast team tonight, Greg Anthony here to my left and Steve Smith to my right. And the Hall of Famer David Aldridge along the sideline. Take a look at the Spurs. Guys, what a terrific start to the season. They've really been getting it done early.
And you know, right now for San Antonio, here's a team that some people doubted coming into the season. Obviously heard all the chatter, banded together, and now they've strung together some great wins.
It's fun to watch. The guys are enthusiastic. The coach, the fans, they all just want to keep rolling.
We've got a chance here to set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this one. On the court right now for the Spurs, Monroe is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then there's Murray. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. Smitty, early in a season, how many of these surprising losses can really be considered upsets, do you think?
You know, the great teams, they look at it, it's like a marathon. They're looking to just get better. But I think for the younger teams, they will love to gain some confidence in knocking off some of these playoff favorites or these teams that's been, I guess, picked by us, the media, and the fans as the favorites. But I think a lot of teams look at it as, let's just build. It's more about building to the end of the season versus at the beginning of the season.
Here now, the Clippers are moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
Well, that's putting it mildly. They were in total disarray. I have no idea where their heads were that night.
Doncic, no good. And here's Cousins. He'll bring it up for the Spurs. This, their first look at this year's Los Angeles squad.
And they were able to take the season series in that matchup last year. But overall, two teams that were very similar in the standings. And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Now, here's Lure. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
You know what? I also like how he attacked the glass. Gave a terrific effort in that department.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Murray kicks to Leonard. Cousins against Lure. Cousins, no good.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now, here's Doncic. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State. 6 on the shot clock. Lee passes to Lure. Here's Valentine. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
And anytime you come off the bench, you know your role. And that night, it was about scoring.
Especially on the road. You're hoping for any extra contributions. But for a couple of stretches, there, the backups control the game. When you think back to 2014, Kawhi was named an All-Star, Defensive Player of the Year, Finals MVP, broke out as a true superstar.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And to look at his percentage from the line, you see him at 89%. That's an indicator of what a consistent stroke he has.
And the first one at the line is good. Smitty, as you were saying about Leonard, only 2 other players in league history had obtained all 3 of those honors in a single season.
And those other 2, Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon, have been the only ones to do it. But Leonard, Did it at a very young age. Maybe the most amazing thing, Leonard still just entering his prime.
Leonard hits them both.
And what an advantage. You really feel like you can always trust him when he's at the line.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
And Lure kicks to Valentine. Leonard with the steal. And oh, here we go with Leonard. Nobody back. And it's Leonard with the jam.
Always up there among the leaders in steals. Leonard gets his team out in transition.
Lee finds Lure. Inside, here's Doncic. And the dunk by Doncic.
And, you know, that's an example of how many plays we have in a game for which there's no stat. A monster dunk coming off just a terrific pick play.
Greg, you're right. It really did work to perfection. Gave him all the room he needed for the flush.
That's what happens when you get an excellent screen like that. He had plenty of space to slash right toward the basket.
And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. We look at San Antonio, a terrific position for them as they hold up that illustrious top spot, but it's a long season, as we all know. And, of course, Los Angeles, 7 games back.
And, you know, for the Spurs, yeah, and here's a team that some people doubted coming into the season. Obviously heard all the chatter, banded together, and now they've strung together some great wins.
It's fun to watch. The guys are enthusiastic. The coach, the fans, they all just want to keep rolling.
The Clippers testing out new digital offerings, things like visual enhancements to provide live information, different viewing angles, Smitty, to their fans.
You're right, Kevin. Something the league is looking at as well, providing different options with the software background and Clippers ownership. It makes sense they want to break new ground.
And it's Lee penetrating. Softly drops in the floater. Lee's got his first points in this one.
Yeah, going to the floater right there. That was pretty.
Now we'll go to David Aldridge, who had a chance to talk with head coach Greg Popovich.
Kevin, he said he doesn't want his guys to just take what the defense gives them. He told me, tonight we may need to push the action to score. I told the team to be aggressive and force defenders to make great plays or foul you. No sitting back in this one. Sounds like this could be a fun one tonight, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks. Well, we often hear a coach talk about defense first, but today they're concentrating on their offense.
And I like the idea that he wants them to get some early momentum. Just never hurts a team to get off to a quick start.
And they've got the kind of offense where if they are able to land those early punches, they can get an opponent on the ropes and never let him off.
Now here's Murray. After Luka Doncic's miss, Murray the pass to Leonard. Over Lee. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. 9 points for Kawhi Leonard.
Having a good, efficient start to this game offensively. Let's see if he can keep it going.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here.
Many scouts were surprised by Leonard's quick development, his ability to improve his skills and shot as fast as he did. But the truth is, he was always a very hard worker, dating back to his amateur days.
Allen's checked in for Los Angeles. Valentine dishes to Doncic, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the claw.
Murray kicks to Leonard. Lure against Cousins. 5 to shoot. Dishes it to Monroe. Tries it from the top of the key. And it's off the back rim. No good. Well, we're talking about Leonard. In college, he put himself through a really tough regimen.
You know, he would be up and out the house by 5 a.m. He'd work out and run basketball drills, usually by himself. This was a part of his daily routine before going to class.
And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. And the Clippers making a change here. Grant's checked in. So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Pau Gasol is checked in for Cousins. Beasley comes in for Greg Monroe. Evans, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Smart subbed in for Murray. Now here's Evans. A 14-point game for him in the win against the Suns in Phoenix. Shot clock at 6. Here's Leonard. No good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Passes it to Grant. He kicks to Allen. Headshot off. Evans with some nice D. Spurs leading by 3. Pass to Gasol. Now Smart recovering. Leonard with the ball. Here's Evans. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2.
Gotta wrap up Evans if you want to stop him from scoring. He's too strong. Love his focus.
Grant kicks to Valentine. Back to Grant. Leonard with the steal. And Smart the bucket on the assist from Leonard. Now it's a 7-point Spurs lead.
Kawhi is carving up this defense. Love his awareness. He is finding the open man.
And the Clippers call time here. Michigan high school basketball, Steve, has produced a lot of great NBA talent. Yourself, Magic, Chris Webber, George Gervin, the Iceman, and some new great players now are in that category.
Yeah, the list goes on and on. When you start talking about the Derek Colemans and the Spencer Haywoods and Jalen Rose, so many different guys. Now you have guys, Josh Jackson, also Miles Bridges entering into this league right now. Michigan high school basketball has produced a lot of NBA talent.
I had to get my numbers up. Now I got it like they gave it to me. But I took it, they ain't give it to me. She really do it to me.
He's checked in for San Antonio. Here's Allen. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Smart deciding where to go with it. Kicks to Beasley. And the pass to Bielitsa. Here's Evans. Lays it up off the glass. And the Spurs lead by 9.
And what it looks like now, guys, their confidence is growing, and so is this lead.
But they can't just sit back and enjoy it. They need to keep up the momentum.
The game. Shot clock at 5. Here's Allen. And count it from 19 feet away.
When you see the coach saying, no, 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 then yes, yes, yes.
Evans finds Beasley. Here's Bielitsa. He's guarded by Ross. Here's Evans. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Now, here's Grant. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Sinks that one from the post.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, it went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Smart passes to Gasol. Smart against Lure. Evans kicks to Smart. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Knox the pass to Grant. Now here's Ross. He's tightly guarded. Here's Knox. Gasol with the rebound. Spurs leading by 7. There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Smart against Grant. Evans finds Beasley. Evans trying to get open. The Spurs with a new 24. Yes, that goes in.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Grant surveying the D. Gasol against Lure. Tries a three. No good from Grant. And here are the Spurs. They're on a 12-4 run. Allen outside. Pass to Knox. Over Beasley. And again, no good by the Clippers. Grant against Smart. Passes it to Evans. Over Allen. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. And so it's the San Antonio Spurs in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. The NBA game drawing fans from every culture. And Pau Gasol definitely feeling the love from the Spanish and Latino community.
I always notice the fans that support us and make us feel, pretty much since I got to the NBA, all the Latino fans showed a lot of love and support towards me, so I appreciate it.
The game going global, and no better ambassador than Pau Gasol.
And as the players grow more international, fans from every country and continent, for that matter, finding more and more reason to root for the NBA.
Glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And taking a look at San Antonio's performance here, what do you think they've been doing or not doing?
A huge fan of how they have rotated here defensively, been able to challenge multiple shots.
Yeah, it's been the defense that has them out in front. But let's see if they can sustain the intensity.
On the court right now for the Spurs, they've got Marcus Smart. Pau Gasol is out there with Bielitsa. Then there's Beasley, and it's Evans in a 2 spot. Here's Knox. 14 points from him the last game against Golden State.
You know what? I also like how he attacked the glass. Gave a terrific effort in that department.
Spurs leading by 7. Smart kicks to Bielitsa. And that one is good by Beasley. Beasley's got his first bucket of the night.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second.
And so Allen will bring it up for the Clippers. It's off to Brooklyn after this game as they have the next to look forward to. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And Smitty, if you had to boil it down to a single play in your career, what was your biggest moment?
Kevin, I'm glad you asked that question. I can also get it out there to everybody in the basketball universe. Game 7, Western Conference Final. Shaq fouled me, and they did not call the foul. Shaq fouled me, Kevin. That play still haunts me. I'm still mad.
Really? After all these years?
Yes. And he still lets me know that he didn't foul me, so we got to run the tape. He fouled me. This is strange. Last season, the Spurs finished out of the top 10 in field goal percentage for the first time in a decade.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Justin Anderson, he's checked in for Terrence Ross. And Doncic is subbed in for Allen. Both good from the line that time. And Steve, when you think about the Spurs, you think great passing and total efficiency.
The talent level dropped for various reasons, and the ball movement wasn't as crisp. Makes it harder to put the ball in the cylinder.
Now here's Evans. 8 points for him. And that one's good. Cousins.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Clippers trail by 9. Pass to Knox. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. And And the Clippers, it looks like, looking to create a culture change. A team whose chemistry makes it more than the sum of its parts.
You know, you can have all the talent in the world, but it's hard to win if people aren't pulling in the same direction. They want to create the right environment and then find players who fit.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw missing. And Smitty, the three-point shot last season, not the Spurs' best friend.
They rarely shoot a ton of threes, but the ones they take, they usually make at a high clip. They had a new starting point guard, and Kawhi Leonard only played 9 games. That won't help.
San Antonio making a switch here. Ariza's checked in. And he sinks the second.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
The pass to Cousins. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And of course, we know about DeMarcus Cousins last season and the torn Achilles. I'm just glad to see him back out on the floor and fully recovered. He's put in a lot of work in terms of rehab to make sure that he could get back to doing what he does best.
Free throw good from Cousins. And with Cousins and that injury, never an easy one to come back from.
Yeah, it's true. But fortunately, Cousins has the kind of skill set that he's going to be effective no matter when he's on the floor. And great outside shot, the footwork, very smooth in terms of ball handling for that position. And most of the players who aren't the same after an Achilles tear don't have the same skill set that Cousins possesses. That's why I think he'll be fine once he recovers from this injury.
Okay, well, let's check in with David Aldridge, who's reporting from the sideline.
Well, guys, we see new players coming into prominence for the San Antonio Spurs. Now, Greg Popovich gives his veterans credit for accepting it gracefully, helping the young guys be successful. He says it's a tribute to their character and awareness. Kevin?
They certainly have established a great culture in San Antonio. Really something. DA, thank you. Didn't think that was going to go in. Carter's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Los Angeles calls timeout.
Yeah, I mean, just wants to make sure everybody's on the same page here going forward.
You know, sometimes the best way to approach it, let your guys know what they're doing well and give them 1 or 2 things that they could have done better.
Here's Doncic. Unable to get that one. Good D by Ariza.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Murray, the pass to Carter. He kicks to Cousins. Over Lure. And the shot is long.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
Now, here's Anderson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Now, here's Doncic. Ariza covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shot from the top of the key. And there's DeMarcus Cousins on the assist by Ariza. Cousins has got 6 here in this quarter.
It's amazing. He is on fire here in the second period after going scoreless in the first.
Clippers trail by 15. Now Graham. Right now he's averaging 11 points a game. Here's Knox. And again, no good by the Clippers.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
Cousins with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Graham with the ball. Pass to Doncic. On the shot clock. Basket made, just his second this contest. He's 2 for 7 now.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Spurs passing it around. Murray kicks to Monroe. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got his 5th assist in this one.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Graham with the ball. He's covered by Murray. And here is Doncic. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Graham. San Antonio with the rebound. Cousins has got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And don't kid yourself about Cousins. He has the ability to see the whole floor, and he's willing to share the wealth. Doc Rivers, the coach of the year in 2000 with the Orlando Magic, a championship with the Boston Celtics in 2008, a great career as an NBA coach.
And San Antonio has possession. Clippers able to drain the 3. Back to Ariza. A floater. He takes it up and lays it in. Ariza's got 7 points.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
Doncic kicks to Anderson. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Cousins, no one around him. He trains the quick shot. Cousins has got 10 points in the quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Graham with the ball, out guarded by Murray. Down low, and Cousins gets it to go. He's got 12.
See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
Here's Graham. He's covered by Murray. Graham, the pass to Lewis. And again, no good by the Clippers.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Murray, good.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Here's Graham. He's covered by Murray. And stolen by Murray. Fast break. Here we go. Shot from 12. They get it back. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Luka Doncic.
So difficult to stop. You try and match his physicality. Nope. There's Cousins going to the line.
And for DeMarcus Cousins, it's just good to see him back and seemingly not with any ill effects of that Achilles injury.
Injuries like that are always scary, especially to big men. With Cousins, you never worried about him missing so much time. The concern was him regaining all his burst and agility.
And he knocks down the first one.
And didn't have a single free throw in that first quarter, but he started to play with a little bit more of an edge to his game here in the second.
Leonard, he's checked in for Vince Carter.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
Passes to Knox. Back to Grant. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And Jaren Grant, 5 years at Notre Dame, redshirted as a freshman and helped lead them to the Elite Eight back in 2015.
The Irish had a high-powered offense, Kevin. A lot of shooters. A good preparation for him in the NBA.
Mike Muscala is checked in for the Clippers. Marcus Smart's checked in for San Antonio.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Pass to Knox. Back to Grant. And the pass to Valentine. Just 5 on the clock. From 15 feet away, Los Angeles with another miss.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
And the Clippers making a change here. Ross is checked in. Beasley's checked in for San Antonio. Evans comes in for Trevor Ariza. That's tipped. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. When you're evaluating players, Steve, as you often do, which mental qualities indicate a high probability, you think, of success?
You look at guys who can stay, I would say, locked in through adversity. You know, most of us are pretty good when there's no adversity, but the players that take it to another level, when you have things that are not going right, and they can stay mentally locked in through times when it's not going well.
Pau Gasol is checked in for the Spurs. Grant in the post, guarded by Smart. No good from Grant. Shoots from 14. Valentine grabs the board. Valentine's got 4 rebounds in this game. Grant against Smart. Grant kicks to Lee. Pass to Muscala. And the Clippers miss again. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Pass to Beasley. And here's Evans. Pass to Beasley. Goes back up. Ross grabs the board.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Gasol with the steal. Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And you see Kawhi's hustle in transition, always putting himself in position to succeed.
Smart against Grant. Ross dishes to Grant. Here is Ross. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Clock at 6. Here's Lee. Misses, and the dry spell continues. Right side, Smart. Shoots over Grant. Smart misses. LA's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Out to Lee, and there's the pass to Ross. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Evans finds Beasley. Bounce pass from Smart. Here's Beasley, covered by Lee. Evans passes to Beasley. Over Ross, and Beasley gets it to go on the assist by Evans. Beasley's got 6 points in the quarter.
Yeah, and they're starting to warm up from the field this quarter.
Back to Ross. And he banks in the layup.
Nice interior passing, and then the strong finish.
There's 57 seconds left to play in the first half. Smart kicks to Beasley. Smart against Grant. And Gasol gets it to go.
High percentage look for Powell. Won't miss many from that distance.
And so Grant will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. Pass to Ross. Back to Grant. 32 seconds left in the first half of the game. Here's Lee. Kawhi Leonard comes up with the rebound. San Antonio's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Now here's Evans. He's got 8. Back to Leonard. Puts it up from 17. Another one falls for San Antonio.
Right there, that is poise of Kawhi Leonard, just taking what the defense gives him.
And so it's San Antonio, up by 33 points as the buzzer sounds. A huge lead for him. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the NBA on 2K. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 15 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what was your take on San Antonio?
What a brilliant, unselfish half of basketball they just played. Their ball movement was absolutely impeccable. All in all, just beautiful.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Hart.
The view from high above downtown Los Angeles, where we are returning to action here at the Staples Center. And with a big gap on the scoreboard. The second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
And let's see what the defense counters with to try and control him here in the second half.
Well, you like to run more doubles at him, but the risk there is opens up things for everybody else.
Knox out there with Valentine. Then it's John Lure, then it's Lee, and it's Doncic in at the 1 spot. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Doc Rivers.
You have to give it up for Kawhi right now. He is wearing out the defense.
Passes it to Lee. That's tipped. And here we go. And Courtney Lee gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Cousins. Murray gets to Ariza. Spurs passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Murray. Back to Cousins. Over Lure. And that one hits back iron.
He got a good look from the mid-range area. He needs to shoot this one with more confidence.
Now, here's Valentine. Defense is right there. And stolen by Ariza. In transition, here come the Spurs. Leonard with the ball. And this is what the schedule looks like for the Los Angeles Clippers. On Saturday, they'll tip off a road trip in Brooklyn where they'll take on the Nets. And then on Monday, they'll go up against C.J. McCollum and the Atlanta Hawks.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
The first free throw is good.
He's an NBA champion and Finals MVP in 2014. Kawhi continues to impact the game at the highest level.
Good on both.
Last season, the Clippers had injury problems. 11 players missing a combined 264 games. Still had a winning record. Pretty impressive.
Shots good by Lee.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, he could have made a better choice. He left him an easy one. Let's see how he plays the next screen.
And Cousins kicks to Murray. Pass to Leonard. Over Valentine. And Leonard gets it to go. Leonard's got 6 here in this quarter. Well, the Clippers are the league-high 37 different starting lineups last season. You've got to give Doc Rivers a lot of credit.
Yes, you do, and he gave a lot of the credit to his players. A lot of G League guys, two-way contracts, they battled all season long.
Ariza with the bucket.
And that's 3 out of 4 now coming out of the break. The offense playing with a purpose.
For Los Angeles, they've gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room at the break. Lure the pass to Valentine. Takes the 13-footer, misses off the left iron.
Terrible beginning to the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
Here's Cousins. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. 16 points here for Cousins.
Mr. Dependable tonight, helping them grow this lead.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, the Clippers have hit the reset button, and you wonder how that affects their head coach, Doc Rivers. Now, he seemed reluctant to lead a rebuild with the Celtics, but he's on board doing it with the Clippers. Even though the Clippers relieved him of his title of president of basketball operations in 2017, Rivers has just signed a new extension that will keep him coaching the team for the next few years. Kevin?
Well, if nothing else, D.A., he has guided them through some pretty dark hours. Thank you. Allen's checked in for the Clippers. Here's Cousins. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Cousins has got 18 points.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
We've gone about 3.5 minutes into the third now. 5 on the clock. Over in the corner, Allen. And stolen by Ariza. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Cousins. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That'll be his second foul of the game. Lure against Cousins. Kicks it out to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ariza. Here's Cousins. And then Cousins with the dunk.
You see the feel from DeMarcus Cousins, tracking down the miss, then making good on the second chance opportunity.
The pass to Knox. Pass to Lure. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. It's Allen on the wing. Ariza covering. Allen dishes to Lure. Rebound by Bielitsa.
Tough miss. He found some space inside the arc, but he couldn't deliver.
Leonard, no luck. L.A. has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Allen. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
Gotta admire what he's been able to do at the free throw line this season. How about over 90%?
Ariza kicks to Cousins. To the middle. Here's Leonard. Back to Murray. Passes to Ariza. To the paint. Tries yet again. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Obviously, the Spurs went through a number of lineups last season. Younger guys filling major roles. Big shift for this organization.
And the first one at the line is good. And despite the changeover, the Spurs still managed to take care of the basketball.
4th in the league in fewest turnovers from a young group. Popovich demands efficiency.
And now it's Leonard running. Here we go. All the way.
Flexing at the rack. Leonard doing what he can to fire up his teammates.
And so Allen will bring it up for Los Angeles. And it's Lure, top of the key. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. The Spurs have gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Murray surveying the D. Pass to Bielitsa. 6 to shoot. A for Anderson. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Nobody near Allen. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Murray outside.
Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and it's so early that if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
These are his third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
Numbers this year at the line below 70, so when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Pau Gasol is checked in for Cousins. Carter comes in for Leonard. And it's Evans in for Trevor Ariza. Goes up on the block, and the Clippers getting another bucket right there.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. Little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
The pass to Murray. No good, shot missing. And the Clippers will come the other way. Brown wide open, he fires. Off target from three-point range. San Antonio's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting.
Tyreek has solid floor awareness. Outstanding at knowing when one of his guys is open.
Allen against Carter. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a moment here to check out the stats for Gasol. He's putting up 9 points a game, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
That free throw good from Allen. The Clippers in the past few seasons, Greg, have completely overhauled their roster. They are making some serious changes here.
Practically nobody from the team 2 years ago is still with the franchise. It was a complete teardown, and they felt they needed to hit the reboot button. Jerry West knows what he's doing, though, and he's done this before with great success.
The Spurs have gone better than 53% from the floor since halftime, shooting 8 of 15. Smart misses.
Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
And for the Spurs, they're shooting a smooth 58% from the field. Everything going according to plan for them on that end. And that's Evans penetrating and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Steve, you wonder, had Evans not had all the injuries, how great he could have been.
Well, he has all the skills. He has good size for a guard. He's athletic. So the ability is there, but you have to manage his minutes. That's just the reality.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Ross is checked in.
In over his head on the layup attempt there. Too much defensive pressure.
Smart kicks to Gasol. Bielitsa passes to Evans. Now Beasley. Fades away. Yes, and a nice assist from Evans. And that's now 8 points for Michael Beasley.
I'm not sure if he was trying to show off or what, but when you're that open, you got to go straight to the basket. The fadeaway was clearly a bad choice.
For 3, Ross. And the rebound goes to Pau Gasol. Gasol's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Smart kicks to Evans. Spurs passing it around. Smart against Grant. The fader goes back up. It's deflected. To the paint. Here's Allen. Rejected by Gasol.
And for his career among active players, Pau Gasol top 3 in block shots. You can see the frustration. They hold the lead, but he wants to be able to contribute.
Here's Anderson. Out of hand on it. It's stolen by Muscala. Allen finds Grant. Back to Allen. Now here's Grant. Ross in the corner. And Too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. With a break in the action, let's go to the 2K leaderboard for a look at this season's stingiest defensive teams. In fourth, the Spurs.
I mean, terrific rim protection. I mean, they rotate and help on the inside as well as anybody. And, of course, you want to keep offenses on the outside shooting jump shots, and that continues to be the goal.
Evans kicks to Bielitsa. Takes a three, and Tyreek Evans with the three. Evans has got 5 points now in the quarter.
Gotta appreciate the aggressiveness of Evans. Excellent at shooting as soon as he gets the pass.
Grant outside. Ross on the wing. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Ross has got his third bucket of the night. And it's Evans with the ball. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. We've got 1:18 left to play in the third. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
And the continued development of Tyreek Evans, more efficient now as a scorer. And we know he can fill up the rest of the stat sheet.
And thinking about Evans, how truly productive he is when he's healthy.
He still has the ability to take over a game, especially when the jump shot is falling. He loves the bright lights, and he loves a challenge. You love to see him playing on some winning teams over the backstretch of his career.
Yeah, another missed opportunity, and you can just see the frustration.
He wants to help his team, but when you're in position to finish, it's hard to turn that down.
Knox, he's checked in for Justin Anderson. The Clippers have gone 9 of 13 from the line. Well, obviously a down season last year for the Spurs, but one of their best years in decades on the offensive glass.
No more for their defensive rebounding. The Spurs were 6th in the league in offensive boards. Part of that was trying to find new ways to generate points.
Gasol passes to Monroe. With the fadeaway. Good on the shot. Monroe's got his second basket of the game.
Finding the man who broke free. The great vision of Pau Gasol making that play happen.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And he gets it to go.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, they went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
San Antonio's gone 2 of 2 from long range in the third quarter so far. Now Smart. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game. Pass to Evans. 13 feet away. Unable to get that one. And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. It's the Spurs. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court for San Antonio. Smart is out there with Carter. Then it's Greg Monroe, and it's Ferguson in at the three. Kept alive. Birch's shot's good. Birch has got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for the Spurs.
Oh, easy putback. No one got a body on it.
And there's one thing you're trying to minimize. It's second chance opportunities. Poor defensive rebounding for them.
Here's Knox, and he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. So it's San Antonio now. Smart kicks to Birch. Spurs working the ball around now. Smart passes to Birch. Back to Smart. He dishes it to Monroe. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake. And Los Angeles guys shooting not great. 40% for the game. Here's Ross. Offensive rebound. That one drops for him.
Second chance opportunities. The great equalizer.
Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Smart finds Monroe. Well, the NBA has had 3 referee crews for quite a while. Steve, do you think adding a 4th ref would help in any way?
No, I think it'll get a little bit crowded on the floor. I would love to see, I know they won't go back, I love the 2 referee situation. I look at it right now, referee A calls a call, referee B calls a call. It just feels like referee C has to make the next call or get up far as even with the other referees. I would love to see them go back to a 2 referee situation.
Here's Knox. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5 for 8 clip.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Smart against Grant. Smart kicks to Monroe. Back to Smart. Over Grant. Nice shot by Smart. Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Passes to Knox. Six on the shot clock. Shoots from the line. That one a little long. Spurs have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Birch, and that one is hammered home.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific movement ability.
Steve, do you think the NBA is heading to a place where ideal lineups will have 5 capable playmakers on the floor, like a more of a positionless game?
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. I think right now teams are trying to find a guy that's 6'7", 6'8", that defensively can play guys that are larger, and then on offensive end, somewhat a la Draymond Green, can run point guard for you. So I think right now that's the size and skill set people are looking forward to.
Wait a minute, you just described yourself.
The only difference was we had guys that were 7'2", 7'3", 350, so I had to play the guard position.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for San Antonio. To the inside. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Murray. Murray's got his 7th assist here tonight.
He's a bona fide star. Kawhi Leonard with the workman-like approach.
Muscala, the pass to Graham. It's tipped. And here's Leonard from 3. And a strong finish with 2 hands.
And putting in the work on the boards, and it's paying off with chances like that.
And Gia, he does put in the work. You're right. It's why he's on the finishing end of one putback slam after another.
He just never gives up on any play, any shot. He's always battling in the paint. He's one of the best at that position.
Here's Graham. He's covered by Murray. Williams can't hit. The Spurs have gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Leonard kicks to Carter. Steve, more and more we're seeing NBA players speak out on societal issues. Do you think it's gone too far in any way, or do you think it should go even farther?
No, I think a player should speak up. I think in all, all our 4 major sports, in any possible way, I think guys should get a chance to weigh in on what they feel individually. Freedom of speech, and I think our players is just like everybody else. You have freedom of speech. You should be allowed to speak up on issues.
San Antonio's gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. Pass to Murray. Kicks it to Leonard. Over Ross. Leonard with the bucket. Leonard's got 4 points this quarter.
And just carrying over from his last game, completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
San Antonio's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Good, and the assist goes to Murray. Murray's got assist number 8 now on the night.
He's been locked in all quarter, really finding his rhythm.
Graham, the pass to Ross. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And a look now at San Antonio's upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be matching up against Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Monday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans.
And looking at the Grizzlies matchup, this is one where it would take a complete meltdown for them not to come away with the win. Anything can happen, but I'd be shocked if they don't come out on top.
That free throw good from Ross.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Anderson, he's checked in for Williams. No good on the second free throw. Steve looking around the league. Name a few current players who you think will go down as the greatest in their franchise's history.
Well, the one name that comes to mind first is LeBron James. In several franchises he's played for. Also, Dirk Nowitzki. Reason why, he's a fantastic player. He's only been with one franchise, the Dallas Mavericks. I think Steph Curry. I think Russell Westbrook. And I think James Harden. Obviously, in Houston, you have Akeem Olajuwon. He has a chance if he can win the MVP and keep playing at this level for several more years.
Good examples. Here's Muscala. San Antonio with the rebound. Murray's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Leonard. Lays it up and banks it in. Leonard's got 31.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
Here's Graham. He's covered by Murray. And here's Anderson for three. That one's not going to go. And it's the Spurs taking it the other way. And Leonard has it in the corner. Buries the long-range jumper. Leonard's got 11 points in the quarter.
Just increasing their advantage, and right now they're in a zone on both ends.
Yeah, this lead has snowballed. Credit their killer instinct for piling on.
Here's Anderson, and it's blocked, and they're able to recover, and he's able to get it back. It's Brown with the drive. Shot to stop the run. Muscala gets the bucket.
Well, this is where we're going in the NBA right now. Stretch bigs.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the San Antonio Spurs. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. When you look at today's NBA salaries, Steve, do you feel the responsibility to learn financial management falls mostly on the players, or should the league do even more to help them find out about what they're going to do with all this money?
You know, I think it's the responsibility of both. I think the Players Association, also the NBA, and I think organizations as well. I think you look at it, we're all involved to get a chance to help these youngsters. It's not easy for a 19-year-old, 20-year-old to become a millionaire overnight. That's just not something that you're used to, and handling it has been a problem for some players in the past.
No good from Ross.
I mean, you can see it. He's way out of sync. It's been this way all quarter for him.
Murray kicks to Birch. And the pass to Ferguson. Stolen by Anderson. It's Brown with the drive. Banked in off the glass. Murray with it. Pass to Leonard. Nice ball movement by San Antonio. Teardrop shot. It's tipped. And here is Ross. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Nice play there from Terrence Ross to create something on the trip and earn his way to the line.
Grant, he's checked in for the Clippers. Spurs also with the sub. Al Gasol is checked in for Terrence Ferguson.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Carter kicks to Murray. Outside Gasol. Back to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. Gasol on the high post. Here's Carter. Hits the target from 18 feet. Carter's got 4 points in the quarter.
When the defense is non-existent like they were there, it's pretty easy to score like he did.
Grant outside. Steve, the NBA playing games in foreign countries now during the regular season.
Vince Carter started playing basketball professionally when I was 11 years old.
They do a good job of getting a chance to, I would say, gather all the fans around the globe. Our game is going more global. And I think some of the players and some of the teams, they love it. I think a lot of times if they make sure the NBA, they're not sending the exact same teams and get a chance to spread the wealth, I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Knox, he's checked in for the Clippers. And San Antonio with the change here, too. Ferguson's checked in for Leonard. Gasol passes to Carter. Murray with it. Now defended by Grant. Carter for three. The Clippers grab the miss. Knox has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Brown. Offensive rebound. Ruskawa misses.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Down low, Ferguson, and down it goes. Dunked through off a wonderful assist.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
Grant, right side. And again, Los Angeles with the triple. 1:36 left to play here in the fourth. Murray against Grant. Murray dishes to Carter. Back to Murray. Carter outside. Here's Gasol. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Spurs.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so that moves their record to 11 wins on the year.
And against a conference opponent, always good to take that first win of the season series to establish a psychological edge.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kawhi Leonard.
You know, coming into tonight, hard to say if his intention was to take over the way he did, but as the game evolved, it became clear that he was an alpha dog on the offensive end.
Here's Knox. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
Shooting for Los Angeles, Kevin Knox. 2 shots.
Relax on the first.
The first one falls, and the Clippers making a change here. Graham's checked in. And he makes both free throws. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Murray kicks to Carter. Passes it to Gasol. And yes, it's good.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
Well, this is less about winning the game now and more about making a bold statement.
Here's Graham. And so it's San Antonio easily taking this one. To come into David, thank you as always. And that'll do it, folks.